So, hello, everybody, and welcome to this afternoon's seminar. Could you mute my computer? Could you mute my computer? I'm not a professional audio-visual technician. I'm just here trying to make it work. So today we're going to learn about some new AI tools and trends and what's happening in the world of AI this year, which is going to be something very interesting and I think highly relevant for us all. This this seminar is being recorded and we will upload it to our Ulysseus YouTube channel once it is finished. But a quick word about Ulysseus before our expert, Dr. Umair Ali Khan, comes in. So we are part of the Ulysseus University Alliance, and we are building a European higher education university. We are 8 partners with one joint vision to make a university for the future of Europe. We're doing this through joint education, through the development of joint and double degrees and open online courses, a lot of international mobility for our students, and joint research, of which you are currently experiencing this seminar through our AI Innovation Hub here in Haaga-Helia, Pasila in Finland, in Helsinki. With each Alliance member, we also have a corresponding innovation hub, and Haaga-Helia's innovation hub deals with applied AI for business and education. Each innovation hub has a combination of joint research centers, incubators, living labs, and open classes. To make all this work, we try and get EU funding to facilitate our goals. We try to form the 8 innovation hubs as a European research ecosystem, and basically to help our students and teachers, and also to bring businesses into the ecosystem to be part of this co-creation. But that's enough for me. You didn't come here for me. I'd like to present our AI expert here in Haaga-Helia, Dr. Umair Ali Khan, who is going to give you, I hope, an in-depth vision of AI from this year, maybe the future. This will be switching between things. So for those of you who have presented before, I will ask you to dig into your bag of patience and pull out a big chunk for us while we try and facilitate this interaction between things. And also, if you have questions, ask in the chat for those of online, and those who are here in the room, if you have a question, let me know. I'll give you a microphone. The goal being that we have these microphones so we can ensure we have a very good recording for later on for other people. So that's enough for me. Umair, welcome. Thank you very much. Speak slow. Keep the microphone close to your mouth. Here you go.
Okay, thank you, William. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the seminar on, what was the title? Okay, so the title of the seminar is New AI Tools and Trends, and we are going to take a look on what happened, especially in year 2025. My name is Umair Ali Khan. I work as senior researcher in Haaga-Helia University. I also work as an AI advisor in Finnish AI region project, where I help companies to adopt AI into businesses. My work is mostly related to applied AI, machine learning, generative AI, and nowadays I'm focusing more on knowledge extraction and management using large language models. So this is an outline of what we are going to cover in this seminar. I will start with some developments from Anthropic, and then I will move to the developments introduced by OpenAI this year. I will also speak on agentic AI and new tools and frameworks and how we can use them. And then I will speak about vibe coding, which is a new hype these days. And I will also present some coding assistants. I will be switching back and forth from presentation to these tools. But I assume that the level of audience is at least intermediate, and you are already aware of some of these tools, especially some of OpenAI's tool like ChatGPT at least, or Anthropic's Cloud Chat. At least you have heard about them. So this is what I assume, but let's go. So if you have any question, you can drop it in chat and then we can take it after I finish the presentation. So let's start with some new tools introduced by Anthropic. I think you all are aware of the company Anthropic. it's like it's a competitor of OpenAI, and you already know about OpenAI. OpenAI is the company who introduced ChatGPT, and they have AI models like GPT 3.5, 4.1, GPT-5, and so on. And likewise, we have this Anthropic company whose main model is Cloud or Cloud. And like OpenAI, they also have different models of varying capabilities. So this year, Cloud introduced new models, which include Sonnet 4 and Opus 4.1, which is their latest and most capable model. And apart from that, they also introduced several other features which are available in Cloud Chat. You can test these features even with free version. So I'm going to show you a demo of what these features are and how you can use them. So you don't need to buy Cloud subscription to use these features. You can try them with free version also. And if you think that they look good and you need them, maybe you can consider Cloud subscription. But good things are usually not free. So, okay. So I'm going to switch to Cloud now for some time. This is how Cloud looks like. As like OpenAI, this is Cloud Chat. But in fact, I'm using a desktop application of Cloud Chat that's called Cloud Desktop. It's pretty much the same as Cloud Chat. You can access Cloud Chat via your browser. But you can also download Cloud's desktop application. The difference between the two is that Cloud Desktop allows you to do many things on your computer. You can control your computer via Cloud Desktop. You can create files, you can manage files, you can delete files, you can control your browser, you can do anything on your computer with Cloud's desktop. But this is not the case with Cloud Chat. I mean the browser version. So I'm showing you Cloud desktop application that you can download for free. Okay. So you can download it for free and try it for free. It offers like maybe 8 to 10 prompts in free version until you run out of the prompt quota, and then you have to wait for a few hours to get your quota reset. But that should be enough to try some of the new features. Especially this year, Cloud introduced extended thinking mode. So in extended, once this mode is turned on, the model takes longer and thinks deeper. So this is especially useful for tasks that require more reasoning, more thinking. But it's also gonna result in more token consumption. If you understand what token is a kind of a criteria of calculating these models' usage. So you are allowed a certain limit of token consumption, maybe on daily basis, monthly basis. If you run out of them, you have to wait for a few hours or a few days until your quota is reset. So if you think that your task is more complex and it requires more reasoning, you can turn this option on, and then the model will take longer. And of course, you will see that the result is much better than what you get if this option is off. And then Cloud introduced this research option. It's like deep research, if you have heard of deep research in OpenAI. So via deep research, you can search many sources on internet. It will take time, like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. It will search all the internet. It will compile a report and then present it to you with citations or links or sources. This is what we call deep search. But this option was also introduced by Cloud this year. So you can, if this option is on, Cloud will go to all the internet sources. It will take like several minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, in some cases half an hour, and it will compile a report for you. It is good for doing literature review or finding relevant material quickly, rather than going through each source and reading all the contents. And then, so you can see that extended thinking option is on. I usually keep it on. And this year, Cloud A also introduced this web search. So models can now access web in real time. And if the model thinks that this specific question requires an internet search, so it will automatically switch to internet search. And then there are many other things, like, for example, there are some connectors, some additional tools that you can integrate to Cloud A. These include some web tools as well as some desktop extensions. So some of the web tools are very popular and self-explanatory. For example, you can integrate Canva with Cloud A. You can integrate your Gmail with Cloud A so that Cloud A can access your Gmail. It can find Gmails from your inbox. It can summarize emails. It can even write emails for you and send it to the sender. So it's up to you. If you want Cloud A to access your Gmail, you just go and connect your Gmail account with Cloud A. Likewise, you can also connect your Google Drive. So Cloud A models can access your Google Drive. They can find relevant files. They can summarize documents. They can bring a specific piece of information from those documents. So likewise, there are some desktop extensions too. Desktop extensions are meant to run locally, like for some tasks that require local access to your computer. For example, file access. And for example, if you automatically want to fill PDFs and so on, there are many of them which you can explore, and you can easily connect them with your Cloud A. And most of the options are pretty much the same. I'm going to discuss some of the latest features apart from these features that Cloud A introduced recently this year. So if you go to settings and features, so you will see these two features, artifacts and AI-powered artifacts. So artifacts are like some this is a special feature that allows you to create some code snippet, text documents, or even website designs. So I'm going to show you how these artifacts look like. I have prepared some demo for you. So if you go to artifacts, you can use these artifacts. For example, I asked it, can you draw a visually appealing diagram of AI agents showing how AI agents work and interact with each other? So that was my query. And then it prepared something like this. This is what we call an artifact. So basically, it utilizes and uses many tools like React and others to create these artifacts. This is something that you can easily copy and paste into your presentation or your document. You don't need to draw this diagram in diagram drawing tools. So you can easily draw such diagrams with Cloud A. And likewise, I often ask it to generate an XML code for such diagrams, which I can copy into draw.io, which is a diagram drawing tool. And then I can easily edit these diagrams and make them even better. And in another case, I asked Cloud A to go through the following website and create a visually appealing diagram showing how AI agents work. So now I have provided more context. So if you see this URL, this is basically a URL about AI agents, key features of AI agents, and so on and so forth. It has no diagram, just the text. So what Cloud A did as a result, it created this diagram. Not only one, but many. Have you seen anything like this before? You can just point it to a URL, ask it to analyze the URL, and just create some visually appealing diagrams, and it will do this. This is what we call artifacts. And you can easily copy any part of this diagram and paste it in your PowerPoint slides, in your documents, whatever. So this is what we call artifact. That's a new feature Anthropic introduced this year. But then we have another feature that is called AI artifact. Uh, you can turn on these two features in the settings, go to settings, features, and check if these two options are on, artifacts and AI powered artifacts. Then Cloud will do everything itself automatically. So I'm going to show you some AI artifact demo. So using AI artifact, you can develop your own applications just by writing a query. And it will actually help you to refine your query. It will ask you for more information. It will also guide you through the process. It will suggest you some more features that you can integrate in the application. And finally, you will have a working prototype or demo of an application that you can easily convert into a production-ready application. For example, I asked Cloud to, I told it that I want to create a simple chatbot app that provides healthy lifestyle suggestions. The app should be wired to Cloud to answer users' questions. Just this. I can provide it more details, but you can take help from Cloud Artifact. And then it suggested me many features that I can further consider to add to this application. And it asked me whether this plan aligns with my expectations. If no, I can ask it to do more. But I said, okay, go ahead. And this is what it did. So if you see, it went through all the requirements and it finally generated this application. This is a specific chatbot. It's a working application. You can ask questions here. You can select some of the options from here, and then you can publish it so that you get a link that you can share with others, and they will also be able to use this application. And if you want some more features, if you want to further modify it, you can also download its code that's here, bring it to a coding assistant, which is more capable, more specialized, and turn it into a production ready application and start your business. That's it. Thank you very much. Okay, so since we do not have much time, I will not go into more details. So the purpose of this seminar is just to introduce some new features that has been launched this year. And also there is increased data analysis efficiency in recent Cloud models. To give you an example, I have this demo. So I uploaded an Excel file to Cloud, and this is what the Excel file is. I downloaded it from internet. It's some finance-related Excel file. So you don't need to know about it. I just downloaded it. And I asked Cloud to analyze the uploaded sheet and create a visually appealing report on the key insights. Even I don't know what the key insights are from this data. I have not gone through the Excel file. I don't know what's in there. I asked it to analyze it and thoroughly analyze the data to extract insights. This is what it did. This is what we call agentic AI. This is how AI splits tasks into multiple agents and subtasks, and then does it in a proper flow. It took some time because extended mode was on, and finally, it created this. It's a complete data analysis dashboard. So all the insights are coming from that Excel. So you got everything. Finally, this table, a visually appealing data analysis with all the tables and charts and everything. This is all you need. Imagine if you have to do this in Excel or in another tool, it will take you probably the whole day, but it is just the matter of writing a prompt on Cloud, and it will be done. So this is something that you cannot expect from ChatGPT's models. So yeah.
We have one question as well related to Cloud. If I can ask you, Umair, Malisha Maryline is asking, can I integrate whatever application I want into Cloud, for example, Phonect Caller, and ask Cloud to perform a task for me using this application?
By application, I take it as a code of application. If I understand it correctly, this is how you can integrate an application with Cloud AI. I don't think I understand this question correctly, but if you mean if you can bring an application's code to Cloud and ask it to refine it, to improve it, yes, this is possible, not in Cloud AI, but in coding assistants that I'm going to present in a bit if we have time. If you mean that you can integrate some working applications with Cloud AI without its code, yes, it is possible if you build a MCP server of it. You see one such word in the slide here. But then you will have to build a kind of MCP server of that application, and then you can integrate it with Cloud AI. Like this. Let me show you. So if we go back to chats, you can see something like this here. This is called an MCP server. This is a specialized tool that I have added to Cloud Chat. This tool provides Cloud a more context for building applications on N@N, which is a popular AI application building platform that I'm going to show you in a bit if the time permits. So this is how you can integrate an application with Cloud AI or ChatGPT, if I understand the question correctly. Okay, so so I demonstrated you about data analysis efficiency, coding and reasoning efficiency. You can ask Cloud AI to write any code. I mean, you cannot at this point ask it to build the whole complex application for you. This is not going to work in Cloud AI, but then for you can also use some coding assistant for building applications that I'm going to show you in a bit. But Cloud AI can also write some basic codes for you, and it has increasing coding efficiency. And nowadays, it takes more time to write code. It can write much longer code, and in some cases, it can build the whole application. It also has connectivity to model context protocol. It's a bit technical, but it's a kind of a universal language that allows AI applications to connect to other tools and services without any technical changes. This was a breakthrough introduced by Anthropic last year in November. And now Cloud AI has connectivity to MCP. Let's say you want to access some specific database, which is available in the form of an MCP server. So you can connect that specific database to your Cloud AI. And then you can use it as a tool, as a service. This is what MCP means. And then there was another breakthrough from Anthropic, and that was Cloud AI Code. It's a coding assistant. Using this coding assistant, you can develop your own applications. These are specialized coding tools, different than what you do directly in Cloud AI or ChatGPT. They are specialized to write code, to analyze your requirements, to plan the whole coding task or the project structure, break the task into multiple subtasks, and execute those subtasks in a proper manner. You give prompts in natural language. You specify your requirements in natural language that I just showed you. I want to develop a tool like this and this. And then the coding agent will think about your task. It will break the task into multiple subtasks, and it will think how I can program the whole task in different steps. Cloud Code was introduced probably earlier this year. I don't remember the month, maybe in April or May. And it provided unprecedented coding efficiency. You can access some of my articles on internet, how to set up Cloud Code, how to use AI artifacts. For example, I have added some links here. So this article provides you more detail about how you can create AI artifacts, develop the whole applications using AI artifacts. For example, I developed an application prototype here that's related to analyzing a company's requirements and providing it a complete AI roadmap. It's a working prototype that I developed through cloud artifacts, AI artifacts. And then this is another article that you can go through how to set up Cloud Code. That is a coding agent and develop working applications. And once you have a prototype ready via AI artifacts, you can bring the code into Cloud Code and further improve it, extend its functionality. So this article tells you how you can set up Cloud Code, how you can use it like this, and how you can develop applications. So this is a working application, a RAG document, a question answering system for building a knowledge base and asking questions from that knowledge base. So that's a working application that was developed through Cloud Code. And this is how it looks like. This is an IDE, Visual Studio Code. You can integrate Cloud Code with this IDE, and then you can modify your code, you can debug your code, you can add more features to your code, you can remove some of the features. So you can do whatever you like when it comes to programming and developing applications. Okay. And then I will discuss some new tools from OpenAI, new features. ChatGPT also introduced a bunch of new models, especially GPT 4.1 and GPT 5, which is the latest model from OpenAI. And GPT 5 is a reasoning model. That is, it thinks deeper in response to your question. So it offers you three modes of thinking. You can select auto mode, and the model decides whether this question requires deep thinking or it can be answered immediately. Or you can select from instant or thinking mode. If you select thinking, it will take longer, even for the simple questions. So deep thinking is not required for all the questions. So you can select any one of these modes. Apart from that, going to ChatGPT. This is ChatGPT. You can see several models here. This is GPT-5, and then you also have other legacy models. So this one is the latest model, the three modes. And apart from that, OpenAI introduced an agent mode this year. As the name suggests, it's an AI agent that can perform several tasks. It can perform some deep search for you. It can access to different tools. It can do many things. Let's say if I ask it to bring the offers for Samsung Galaxy S24 and Apple iPhone 16 from various companies in Finland and compare them, it can do this very efficiently, which normal searches cannot do. Although OpenAI already has this deep search that I demonstrated earlier, but this agent mode is different than deep search. A deep search searches all the sources on internet. It goes deeper. It prepares a complete report for you. But when it comes to going inside the websites, clicking the buttons and scrolling the pages, this is something that deep search cannot do. This can be done by agent mode. So agent mode can go through websites in the same way as you do. You can scroll the pages, you can click buttons, you can analyze text on arbitrarily location. This is something that deep search cannot do. So if I'm gonna compare the flight prices, let's say I want to go from this country to this country, find me the most reasonable flight tickets or hotel accommodations. This is what you can do with this agent mode, and it works very well. And then we have this study and learn feature. That's also pretty good. I prepared a demo for this because we do not have much time to show this in real time. Study and learn feature is especially for students to learn difficult concepts, to break down complex tasks into subtasks and explain them individually. Let's say I ask it, can you help me with this problem? Average score on a states exam is this and this and this. And here I did not turn on the study and learn mode. So answer was like this. And maybe it is not much understandable for everyone, for a student. And then I turned on the study and learn mode for the same question. And this is how it broke down the problem into sub-problem and explained it into different steps. And it offered me further help during the explanation. Like it was like this. So can you calculate? It asked me, can you calculate this? I said, no, explain this. So it explained this. And then it further asked, do you know what this equation is? I said, no. And this even went down to even explaining the square root up to this level. So I made it to even to explain even the simplest concept, and it did it. So it will take you to the last point, where, which is the limit of your understanding, maybe, and it will try to understand what is your learning requirement. And it will keep happening until you understand the whole problem, the whole task. So you can test this feature more. And what else? Yeah. And then ChatGPT can now connect with Google Drive, Dropbox, SharePoint, OneDrive. So you can connect everything with ChatGPT. And if you want to do that, because not everyone wants to connect their Google Drive account or SharePoint or OneDrive. But if you have nothing special in these drives, you can connect it with ChatGPT and you can directly access those documents from ChatGPT. And then OpenAI introduced this record mode. This allows you to record meeting, how to say this, meetings in audio form, automatically transcribing it, translation it, creating summaries and minutes from the meetings, and automatically send it to different units in your company. Unfortunately, this feature is only available for Teams users. That's another subscription method in ChatGPT. It's for teams. So you pay for each individual in your team separately. It's called team subscription. And it's for businesses. So that's why they have introduced this feature only for businesses, for teams. And then OpenAI also introduced some advanced speech-to-speech models. Speech-to-speech means you ask question in voice mode, through voice, and the answer is also in voice. So it's like talking to a human being. Especially OpenAI introduced GPT real-time model. So it answers questions in real time with lowest latency. So you do not feel like you are talking to an AI model. So especially, it is especially designed to answer questions very quickly. And it is suitable for customer support, where you can implement this model to answer customers' question. And this is what many companies are currently doing. Yet they have replaced human individuals with these AI models to answer customer question. And you can also you can also actually place a phone call to these models. You can call these models. So, or they can call you. So you can receive a call on your phone, and then you can start a conversation with these models. And then OpenAI introduced this Agent SDK this year. This is OpenAI's agentic framework, which you can use to develop agentic applications. But these are code-based frameworks. So you need to understand Python programming and other things to use this SDK. And OpenAI also introduced a coding assistant this year. That's called Codex. It's like Cloud Code. It helps you to code applications, to review existing codes, to debug codes, to add more features to your code, to do everything related to programming and coding. You can integrate it again in your Visual Studio Code. So this is an example code directory that I have opened here. This is Visual Studio Code. And I can start Cloud Code like this that I demonstrated earlier. So this is Cloud Code. So now Cloud Code can analyze my whole project directory. It can write more codes. It can add more features. It can do everything that I want. At the same time, I can use OpenAI's Codex. Here, you can add OpenAI's Codex to your IDE, and it can do more. So if you are not satisfied with Cloud Code, you can switch to Codex and ask it the same question. And even if this doesn't work out, you can switch to another coding assistant like Cursor that I will show in a bit. Okay, so these are some of the new features that OpenAI introduced this year. And now I will talk about this agentic AI, which is a new hype for this year. And I will explain what agentic AI actually is. So basically, agentic AI are LLM-based systems. LLM refers to large language models that are the models powering all these AI applications. We call them large language models. So they are LLM-based applications, but they differ from the traditional applications in a way that they are able to plan the tasks, act in a specific manner to solve a given problem, and learn the task. That is called self-learning. This is which was a basic problem in AI. It doesn't remember anything, but the AI agents retains memory. So they do not solve a problem blindly. They split the task into different subtasks, and they solve each subtask in a proper manner. For example, this is how an agentic framework looks like that you can see in the diagram. So we have a main orchestrator, a main agent that delegates tasks to other agents. They work together on a given task. Each agent gets a part of the task, a subtask, and they all work in parallel. The task could be anything. For example, if you do deep search on ChatGPT, deep search is done by AI agents. What they do, they split your query into sub-queries. And each agent gets a part of the query. They all work together to collect all the information, and the main orchestrator then combines everything and prepare the final report. That's an example of an agentic system. Now, how to develop these agentic systems? There are many low or no code frameworks available. Some of them are getting increasingly popular these days. For example, N8N is one of such low no code frameworks that allow you to quickly build AI applications. I can show you how this works. This is N8N, N8N's platform. You can start with its trial version. I think it's for 15 days. You can learn how to develop application. It's pretty simple. So, for example, if you want to develop a chatbot, let's say, so what you can do, you can quickly go here and add an AI agent. This is AI agent. This is your agent. You added an agent. Sorry, I messed it up. I will delete it and add it again. So I put an AI agent here. That's an AI agent. And I'm gonna add a chat model or a large language model here, LLM, that will power the agent. That will be the brain of the agent. So I'm gonna select OpenAI here. So now the model is connected with the agent, as you can see. And I will select my own OpenAI's credit here. You also have the option to select free credits from N8N if you are gonna try this. So now the model is connected. I am gonna add some memory to it. So I will add this simple memory because an agent has a memory too. And you're done. That's it. Let's ask it a question. You can see this workflow running. Here is the answer. You can see what's going on in the workflow, how the question is delegated to AI agent, how it sends it to the large language model, how large language model returns the result, and so on. But so this is the current tool. Let's say I select a more capable tool here, GPT 4.1. Okay. And I ask it, who is the current president of the USA? Let's see. See. Can you see this? What does it say? It says that the current president is Joe Biden because its knowledge is up to January 20, 2021. Now, that's a problem. So what are we going to do? We are going to give it more sense. Let's connect it to internet. Okay, I think I ran out of my free. Yeah, everything has a price. So I can no longer see it here. So this is what we refer to it as tool. If I connect it with Google search, then the agent will automatically determine whether this question needs to be answered from its own knowledge base or it should trigger an internet search to bring the latest information. And that will happen automatically. Let me try again. Okay, here is it. So you can, again, I'm using free API. You can create an account on SERP AI and create a free API for testing. And then you are done. Let's ask the same question again. And now see, notice the workflow. See. Now see the answer. The current president of the United States is Donald Trump. This is how ChatGPT, Cloud-A, and everything works. They fool you into thinking that the model answered your question, but it is not like this. All the models have a knowledge cutoff date. They do not know beyond that date. So what they do, they connect these models to various other tools like internet search. So it collects all the recent information from, yeah.
Are you allowed also to add in like a separate, for example, internet database? For example, for EU funding, are you allowed to add in a separate connection?
Yeah.
And then you can ask it a question.
Yeah.
So you can build up a whole, like train carriages of knowledge.
Yes, of course. So this is a simple example. This is an AI agent. You just put all these nodes together and you are done. You have officially developed an AI agent. Congratulations, you are an agentic AI developer. This is how simple it is. Okay, coming back to William's question. So this is probably what you are asking. So this is an example workflow that I created. So what it does here, you connect it with your Google Drive. You dump all the documents, all the EU documents and everything. You create a database, a knowledge base, and you connect that knowledge base as a tool to your AI agent. So now what it does, it answers from that specific knowledge base.
But then can't it also double, let's say you're writing a research paper. You could set up an agent to actually write a research paper by providing it with the source material and the sources and everything else, like YouTube or whatever.
So what you can do, you can add as many tools here. You see that tool. You can add as many tools here as you want if they are available in N10. And people are contributing to the development of these tools all the time. They are developing new tools, new nodes and everything. You can also develop your own node and publish it to N10 so that others can use it.
Okay, so related, I understand. Can you also specify what it refers to? So have a specific list because you don't have to always certain website.
Yeah, so you can do this, of course, by adding another tool, and you can also mention some specific URLs in this SERP AI. Okay, that's gone. I did not save it. So in the SERP AI node, you can specify some specific URLs. So you want it to bring information only from those URLs, not from general Google search. And another example of this is this agentic guide that I developed some months ago. That also uses an agentic framework, but that's code-based. That's more complicated than this. So what it does is, we have three sources of information. So you can ask it to answer your questions from a cert. Okay. So there are two versions of it. You can ask it to answer questions only from reliable documents. That reliable documents refer to your own knowledge base that you have created by dumping all your documents into it. You can ask it to answer questions only from reliable web sources. Now, reliable web sources refer to your own list of web sources. You don't want it to go through any web source and bring anything what you like. And then you can also select a combination of both. You can ask it to answer question both from the reliable documents as well as from your specified URLs. So then you can compare what to accept and what to not. So this is an example of an agentic system. So then you can create an account at N10 and start building application if you like. And also you can explore a lot of N10 templates on internet, on N10's website. What I just showed you is a template. It's a shareable template. I can download it in a specific file format and I can share it with others. They can load it in their N10 IDE and start using it. This is what people do. So if you go to N10's website, you can search many templates. There are thousands of templates for different tasks, for different business tasks. For example, there is a template which can directly retrieve invoices from a company's email account, extract information from the invoices and send it to Telegram to somewhere else. So they don't have to analyze all the invoices all the time and manually send them to relevant units. So you can create many such workflows using N10, and this is pretty simple via N10. Okay, so this was these are some of the popular low no-code agentic frameworks. You also have the option to write some code if you want to add some more functionality, which is currently not available via these nodes. So you can write Python or JavaScript code also. So that's why they are referred to as low no-code frameworks. And then, yeah.
Okay, one question about like if you put in your own documents, you already mentioned a little bit about this, but what about the safety behind it? Like if you add anything, can anyone potentially access, or like how safe is it? Like how would you say what's the safety?
Okay, so if it's coming, it's up to you. If you want, if you want to provide access of your knowledge base to others, you can do so. So the others will also be able to use your knowledge base like this, like this. It's an internet URL that I can share with anyone. So anyone can use this application and its knowledge base. If you think that your knowledge base is confidential, it's your business knowledge base or company knowledge base, then you can use some secure environments for document processing. One of the way to do this is to select open source models. So as you can see that if I add an agent here, so I have option to select many different types of models here. See this one. This is Olama. This is an open source model. The difference between OpenAI and these open source model is that these models run locally on your PC. So the data doesn't go anywhere else. So it's your own data. You don't give it access to anyone else. You use it internally in your company, in your organization. So the best way to do this is to use open source models. But that require a bit more efficient hardware systems. Like you need a more capable computer like the one that you see here. Otherwise, you can use some secure document processing platforms like Microsoft Azure, AWS, Google Cloud. They ensure that your data is not used for model training. It remains to certain models hosted to some known places, maybe some servers in Sweden. But if you are using a ChatGPT, you don't know where your data is going, which server is answering your queries. It could be in Sweden, it could be in Peru, it could be in USA, it could be in China. Okay, I have 15 minutes left. Thank you very much, William. So, okay, I need to hurry. I already showed you now we have several coding-based agentic frameworks. You need code-based agentic frameworks for more flexibility, for covering those cases which are not covered by low-code frameworks. You can develop an application from scratch An example of this is this application that I showed you. It was developed in LangGraph, which is a code-based agentic framework to develop AI applications. Okay, and another example of this agentic application is this report writing tool that I developed some months ago. So it takes contents from various sources, like from meeting recordings, audio form, notes, reports, and many other things. And it then writes a report based on your template. And it doesn't write report like other models do. It uses an agentic architecture. So it has a transcription agent.
Who owns that?
Me.
But can you like borrow it or sell it to somebody if they want to
At the
utilize
moment,
it?
we are using it internally for writing our reports. Yeah. So as you can see that it has different agents. Like one agent does the transcription. Transcription refers to converting audio into text form. And another agent writes the report, ensuring that it is in the correct format. And then we have a quality verifier agent, which checks the quality of that report and provides some feedback to a revision agent. And if the revision agent thinks that it needs another revision, it does the revision and then sends the report back to the quality verifier report. So this keeps going on in several cycles until the quality verifier agent thinks that the report has the required standard. And then it passes the standard, the report score or something, and it finally goes to the user for a review. So this is how it works. Yeah.
We have one question from online. I'll just read it to you. I think it's kind of related to this. Is it possible for ChatGPT's agent mode or any other AI tool to access data from websites that require a paid membership? Could an agent operate by using my own Google account and the paid services or memberships linked to it?
Well, as I demonstrated earlier, you can connect your Google Drive, your your Chrome browser, everything with these agents. They can access anything. And when it comes to some specific websites, there are some websites that do not allow scraping to these large language model or something. But OpenAI is increasing more and more API services with their models, which can bring more and more data from internet. And you can also use some of these APIs for internet search, because large language models do not do this search themselves. As I showed you earlier, you have to connect a tool to these large language models. There are many tools available. For example, a very efficient and popular tool is Taweli Search. You can try it for free. You can get its API. And then you integrate this internet search with the large language models. You can also use Bing API search. You can also use, there are many other third-party providers which allow you to integrate this internet search with large language model through APIs. And there are some websites, some very confidential governmental websites, which do not allow scraping their data for these internet search APIs. So that's why these internet search APIs are trying to improve their tools more and more so that they can scrape more and more information from internet. But of course, you can connect all of your personal tools and accounts and everything with these agents, with OpenAI's agent, with Cloud's agent. You can do this at your own risk. So please bear in mind that if you are using these proprietary models, and if you are connecting your personal tools like Google Drive, Gmail, and others, you are doing it at your own risk, because you don't know where your data is going, how it will be used for training the models, because these providers need data to make their models more and more efficient. And where they are going to get this data from you, from the users. So
if you do open your Gmail to,
well, I will not connect my Gmail account or Google Drive with these large language models. because I don't know how my data will be used. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know how much time we have, but
if anybody has any questions,
let's.
You've already covered quite a lot for normal humans anyway, but we've like 5 or 10 minutes left in general.
Okay. I will skip these few slides and go to this vibe coding, which is a new hype in generative AI. Yeah, it's vibe coding with a hype. Actually, it was already there ever since the large language models were launched. So we saw their capability for writing codes. Initially, they were designed only for natural language processing, so they can answer your questions. Initially, the questions need to be very simple, but then large language models grew capabilities. They were gradually writing codes also. And the coding efficiency got better and better until we reached to the point where large language models were able to develop the whole applications just from one simple query or natural language prompt. That's called vibe coding. So what you do, you don't waste or spend much of your time on doing the actual coding, but you guide a large language model to write the code for you. I emphasize the word guide. So it doesn't mean that you have to use everything blindly. You actually guide a large language model to develop a code for you. And during this process, the large language model can write a complete code for you, which will take you maybe 1 week to do. You can do this in half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours. This is how simple it is nowadays. So you can spend, you can invest your precious time on other things instead of wasting it on doing all these codings and developing and debugging, because coding in application is one thing, debugging is another thing. So you have all these coding assistants for your help. There are a bunch of them. For example, Cursor AI, it's a very popular coding assistant. And then I just demonstrated Cloud Code, OpenAI Codex, GitHub Pilot, and Gemini Code Assistants. These all coding assistants help you writing code or even developing the whole applications within almost no time. So you can just mention your requirements, the features that you want, and it will start developing the application. But like I said earlier, it's not a blind development. So the purpose here is you actually guide an LLM as an assistant to write the whole code for you. For that, you need to provide the appropriate context. And that has given rise to another skill or field that is called context engineering, which is very popular these days. And a great emphasis is being given to learn context engineering, especially when you want to develop applications or write codes with coding assistants. That's another topic. I'm not going to go into details of context engineering. And yeah, so the question, last slide, the question is which coding assistant to use? There is no simple answer to this. All these coding assistants are competitors to each other. They are striving to bring more and more features. They are trying to give more and more coding efficiency. My personal choice of coding editors are Cloud Code, OpenAI Codex, and Cursor AI. So I use them interchangeably to help me write codes, to debug my codes. And sometimes I switch the same project between them. So if I am not satisfied with Cursor AI, I will ask the same question to cloud AI. And for example, if cloud AI integrates a new feature for me in a project, I will ask Cursor AI to critically review that feature and find the bugs or potential weaknesses. And if both of them don't work, I will switch to OpenAI Codex. So any one of them is going to work. If nothing works, then I will spend a few hours to find out the problem and fix it. But I will delegate most of the tasks to these coding assistants, and this saves a lot of time. But that's another skill. Like I said, it's called vibe coding. So you can learn more about vibe coding and its potential for programming, software development. But the least I can say is that this is going to be very dangerous for software developers, because there will be a day, maybe a couple of years from now, when the coding assistants will be developing the whole production ready applications. And that will unfortunately eliminate software developers. So as a consequence, they need to develop vibe coding skills. They need to learn context engineering. They need to learn to use these coding assistants. They need to understand how large language models work. So that's another topic that maybe we can cover in the next workshops. So these are some of the potential topics for the next workshops. Advanced prompt engineering, so they will be more focused and more specific. Programming LLMs, building AI applications. I just showed you some demos, but that's not all, of course. Configuring and using coding assistants. I just showed you a few coding assistants, but using them is a whole different thing. We will take a deep dive into vibe coding, what it actually means, how it is done, what is its potential, what are its benefits, and also context engineering. So these are some of the resources, additional resources that you can go through. They are related to vibe coding, context engineering, and using coding assistants. They are very helpful. So I think I will stop here. And if you have any question, then I will be happy to take those questions.
So as we see, OpenAI or cloud, so they are not really very secured for enterprise level adoption yet. Yeah. So what is the best that best can be done at enterprise level to bring agentic AI or even the coding assistants? Because I see only one option on the slide, GitHub plus Copilot.
Yeah. So if you have, if you need an enterprise level security, you either purchase the services of some cloud platforms, or you use open source models. These are the only two options. Mm-hmm. If you opt to choose open source models, then bear in mind that they may not have the same performance as the proprietary models have. Proprietary models are more capable. That's why people are subscribing to their services. That's why they are making business. But there are some very capable open source models, like DeepSeek was one of them, is one of them. Of course, it doesn't have that hype that it created in the beginning, but it's still there. You can give it a try. You have more Llama models, more capable models available, Llama 4. You need to experiment with these models. Mm-hmm. And if it doesn't work out with the open source models, then you can think about some cloud services. That's the only solution.
So it basically, you need to grow it in-house.
Yes, in-house infrastructure. Many companies are doing this. They have their own in-house processing infrastructure. So they run their open source models in-house. The data doesn't go outside the company's premises.
We've no other questions online. Anybody in the room have any questions? Or are we all a little bit over stimulated?
Okay, so what is that?
We will send the slides to everybody who signed up, and we'll also send the recording of the presentation as well. Okay, we won't comment on the chat.
So there is another comment. I wasn't talking about Google Drive, email, etc. I was thinking about other paid memberships, for example, LinkedIn Premium. But I still don't understand this question. So do you want to integrate LinkedIn scraping with large language models? If yes, I think there are some third-party APIs for this, which you can use with large language models. But again, I'm not aware of their capabilities, like how long they can go, how far they can go for this scraping. If they can scrape all the internet profiles, and so theoretically it is possible. So for example, many companies are thinking about integrating job search and connecting job search with LinkedIn profiles. So if a recruiter has a new job available with some description, so the software tool can scrape the LinkedIn profiles and find the relevant candidates for that job. This is what some companies are doing or have already done. So I don't know how far these APIs can go. I have not checked it. But theoretically, it is possible. You can scrape everything on internet. You can also scrape LinkedIn profiles. I think I saw one such application that was scraping LinkedIn profiles. And you can easily integrate them for large language models to process those profiles. So that's possible. And of course, there are ethical issues. So that's why the new AI Act in Europe will not allow all these AI applications to flourish. So that's why we need to be very careful when we are going to develop such applications.
So similar, I can give you similar use case. Let's say I have WSJ membership. Can I get any AI agent to work with my credentials on Wall Street Journal, or it is FINRA for that matter?
If the scraping from that source is allowed, because like I said earlier, some services do not allow you to scrape their website. If you cannot scrape the website, there is no way. Yeah. So what these internet search APIs do, they scrape data from the websites, but they do it very efficiently. So they do almost half of the task of an LLM. They already provide very refined and sorted out results to LLM. And then LLM generates the final answer. But if there is a service, maybe some confidential website, FBI's website or something, so maybe they cannot allow an internet search API to scrape data from their website. Yes, yes. Then it is not possible. Yeah, of course. If it requires logging in, then it's not possible. But theoretically, with this agentic approach, if you are using it for your own purpose, you can allow an agent to do the login for you.
Yeah.
You can allow the agent to find the flight tickets for you, to even purchase it for you. But that's dangerous. So that's why there should be a human in the loop approach. This is what OpenAI has adopted. The agent doesn't go for buying the ticket for you. It shows you the final decision. It takes you up to the payment section, and then it's up to you if you want to click the payment option or not. So this agent mode is based on an open source operator framework that was launched last year. OpenAI adopted it in this agent mode. So this agent mode is able to actually do pretty much the same thing as a human does. It can navigate to different sections in a website. It can click buttons. It can go deeper inside the websites. It can scroll the pages. It can take screenshots. So if you use this agent mode or operator, you will see that it will show you what it is doing. It will show you the process. It will show you, okay, I am now going through this website. You can see the website going, website pages going up and down, and options being clicked. And ultimately, since it is doing all these things, it is capable of clicking the buttons. So it is able to even do the purchases for you, placing orders for you.
So technically, it could impersonate you.
Yes, but it is not advised. Yeah. You don't want it to give access to your credit cards or bank details.
But then what if I do give access to my credit card and then it goes and buys a Ferrari and I'm like, I didn't buy a Ferrari.
Okay, bon appetit. So of course it is risky.
I think we leave it there for today, unless anybody has any questions in the thingy. Has anybody any questions online? Otherwise,
okay, then
thank
you everyone. Okay,
and thank you everybody online. This meeting has been recorded and transcribed, and probably AI has now got all of our names in some list somewhere, so we'll know what to do in the future. We will send out the slides and the recording to you later, and then otherwise the recording will be on the Ulysseus YouTube channel. Otherwise, thank you everybody for coming. Pleasure, and stay in touch. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.